All right, give it up for David Hulett.
First off, thank you, oh. We are the champions. I think I did that one. Thank you for Byron to let me get up here. I'm trying to bounce out here a little early. I drive for Lyft. I'm a Lyft driver. It's like Pokemon Go, but you catch people. The other day, I was waiting on a customer, and somebody came, and they were drunk, and they just jumped in my car. It wasn't my ride, and it's called getting Lyft jacked. And before he passed out, he was like, "Take me to the link," and it was like across the street. I thought, all right, what do you got? You got any money? Because he didn't have the app. And he was going to die if I left him in the wild, honestly. Like, I had to help him. And he gives me a $5 bill, and he gives me a $5 chip from the Palazzo. And then he dies. He just passes out in the back of my car. And so I'm driving across the strip, but it's kind of late. And I'm thinking, all right, $10 across the strip, that's about all right. But then we get a red light, and I start thinking, this might be more than a $10 trip, and this guy's dead to the world. So I thought, how do I get more money out of this body in the back seat of my car? I've been living in Las Vegas a long time. I feel like I should know how to get rid of a kidney or a heart or something. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like I could sell this guy's skin or his stem cells or his fucking cut his hair off and send it to the hair people. I don't know. He woke up and I carried him. He started kicking his little feet like a little duckling starting to swim for the first time. He wakes up, oh shit, dude, where are we? I said, we're at the link. He said, oh, thanks. He left. I didn't sell his. I feel like Steve Wynn could probably be able to handle a thing like that. I got to make friends with that guy. That guy seems like a. You know, the thing is like, what if this guy, too, I didn't passed out. I don't know if he's gonna do it. What if he jumps out and attacks me? You know, I was a professional fighter for a long time, 20 years. And I got the UFC year to prove it, and that's why I look like I was a caveman that they found, and then they thawed him out, and then they put a Yoda shirt DJing on him, and I look like if Corey Feldman got into some of that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2 ooze. Super Feldman takes all the creeps in Hollywood to stop Corey Feldman and his dreadlock of truth. That explains this, but then I don't get to fight anymore. I'm like 3,000% better at fighting than any human needs to be in a regular world. You never have to fight. It's the only thing I learned from fighting is you never have to fight, ever. Only psychos fight, period. I was a psycho, but I did organized type of thing. And so I keep thinking of these situations. What if this guy wakes up from his drunken stupor and attacks me because he thinks I kidnapped him or something? I was going to, but I didn't kidnap him. And at what point does self-defense, because I would get you know what I mean? They do the first thing, and it's like game on. They push you, they touch you first on camera, it's game on. It's like, oh, I'm gonna turn to a fucking jigsaw with this guy because it's too easy. I'm bored. I'm trying to stay excited. I'm dating a Mexican girl. She threw something at me. She's got bad aim. We're fine. But at what point, you know, like, can I punch him back? Can I punch him a bunch of times? Can I bite him? At what point does self-defense become cannibalism? Can I bite him twice? There's a food chain. That's what I learned from mixed martial arts. It's a real thing. If you don't think that humans are on a food chain, go into the ocean over your head and just hang out for a while. See how high on the food chain you go into the woods and hang out with a bear, right? Look around next to you, and if I was Jigsaw and I said, oh, only half of you can get out of here and you have to eat the other half, which half are you going to be? You ever think about that? When does self-defense become cannibal? And my friend was like, why are you like this? and it was because I grew up in the Bible Belt. I grew up in the Bible Belt afraid that God was going to send me to hell. You see, I grew up in a very specific version of heaven where they said that if you don't do all the right stuff, you're not going to get into Presbyterian Christian heaven. And I was going to church at a Methodist church, but it was way easier to get into Methodist heaven. I was like, fuck those pussies. I'm getting into Presbyterian Christian heaven. It's the best one. I want the black belt. I want the gold edition. So I had a plan on how I was going to trick God, because God doesn't like you in Presbyterian school, and you got to sneak over the border. You know, you got to sneak over the border and like start a landscaping company, and then bring your friends over to heaven that way. I says I'm going to die on a plane. I'm going to have a prayer so I can cleanse myself of all sin on the way down. Don't think about titties, don't think about titties, don't think about titties. Dead! Then I'll make it. Every time I get on a plane, I get really quiet and calm. And that's my time. Evan, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
David Hulett. CTE is real, people.